Good evening, everyone. I want to say first of all, thank you for the support that you've given so far. I appreciate it. It was unexpected, but definitely appreciated. Um, that that being said, I'd like to preface this little dialogue by saying I'm going to be talking about a lot of specific things in the coming weeks and months. Many of these issues are going to interlock in some way, shape, or form. I'm going to try to illustrate that as new issues are brought up and discussed. But make no mistake, I'm not ignoring these tangential issues. Um, there's a big picture here. I just have a finite amount of time each evening to discuss one at a time. So, that being said, I'd like to ask a couple of questions of you. How many of you watching this were born here in the United States? Okay. How many of your parents were born here in the United States? Alright. How many of you have grandparents that were all born here in the United States? That's where my lineage here in the U.S. ends. My grandparents came over here from Poland. They were very young, but they came over with my great-grandparents on a boat and came through the processing center outside of New York, I believe. Why did they come here? Why, over the several hundred years this country has existed, and the several hundred before where it was the colonies, why did anyone come here? Freedom, opportunity, and I think that really defines the core of ideology regarding the worldwide perspective of America. There's a great deal of dissension regarding our international policies, regarding our military policies, but what I'm talking about is individuals come here because there's opportunity. They have the ability to pursue their own goals, and the only thing standing in their way is their own ambition and willingness to make the life that they want for themselves, for their children, for their families. This country was and is great in that way, and I think we're losing sight of what really makes America great and why that opportunity is so important. The core of what I'm getting at is we still have a great amount of debate going on regarding our laws and our policies surrounding immigration in the U.S. It's troubling to me that 100 years ago we simply accepted most everyone who came to this country. they got off a boat, they signed a pledge, they took an oath, they registered, and they were United States citizens. Yes, there was a larger amount of time, and yes, there were some very seriously racially motivated exclusion acts that went on. I'm not ignoring that. But what I'm getting at is America was the melting pot. Growing up as a kid, I heard the term, the phrase melting pot in books, on television, in encyclopedias, in class. It was a term that was used to describe America, and it was done so with pride. And nowadays, we've lost sight of that being a source of pride. That's a source of strength. It is what defined America for so many years. We brought and incorporated so many different cultures, religions, philosophies into this great nation that we have. And we grew strong from it. We now have a policy of exclusion and closed borders. I don't know why. I don't understand why we've changed our philosophical perspective to one of closed walls and isolation. This country was made strong by people coming here. We weren't made weaker. Once we started to close ourselves off is when the tables really started to turn. I believe we need to streamline the process of immigration. I would go into a lengthy story regarding a friend of mine and his trials and tribulations with the process of getting a visa for his wife, or another friend of mine who had a somewhat mundane but still painfully long and expensive process of becoming a U.S. citizen. These are things that should be available and accessible to everyone. It was the foundation of what America was. It was the opportunity. You could come here, no matter where you were from, and come into the household, come into the fold, and become a member and live your life. And that, sadly, is no longer the case. But we can change it back. We can make this country strong again. We do have the ability to change the policies and change the mindset to open the doors up again and let the people in. There's a lot of other issues here that are going to go along with this. I'm going to record another video, as I can see my 10 minutes is almost up this evening, but I will post a second video this evening detailing some of the thoughts I have regarding that, and I hope you watch that one as well.